It's about 1 minute till 6 a.m. Thanks for being with us on THV 11, streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgavy. We're going to get to meteorologist Tracy Bean in just a moment, but first I have to say it feels like Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong are about to blast off into space in 1969 because we are seconds away from the grand opening of the Buc-ee's. Let's get out to Lauren Harper and Ashley King.
Hey, ladies.
That's right. We've moved inside, Lauren, and there goes Bucky.
There he is.
There he is.
The star of the show.
We've moved inside because they are about to open these doors any second, and then a flood of people are about to rush in. And the anticipation and the energy in here is insane.
No, Hayden, I think your comparison was pretty spot on. There are people, again, we've mentioned this all morning, lining up beyond the building into the parking lot. The parking lot is already full, and we still have just a little bit under a minute for people to come into the door. We're actually about to catch people walking in for the first time. The first Buc-ee's of Arkansas!
All right, the first people through the door. Amazing how many people have already shown up this morning, Lauren, and I don't know, it's kind of like Disney World, you know, the Disney World of beavers or something.
Talk about energy, and they have maybe arguably just as many attractions, just as many things to come in and see. Signage, costumes,
you guys,
it's all here.
Takes me back to my days being live during SEC football games. You can't hear a thing. The band's going crazy. The team's going nuts. You can't hear anything. All right, love y'all. We'll talk to you in just a minute. We'll go back to Buc-ee's. Yes.
The adrenaline
I love
is
it.
just
I love it.
overflowing. You know, I'm curious how long many of those folks will spend in there. Trace, you're a shopper, a pro shopper. What do you think? 2-3 hours?
There's a lot to look at there. I mean,
from what I hear, these Buc-ee's,
you can grocery shop, you can gift shop, you can Christmas shop, you can go run to the restroom when you need to eat lunch, and then you can come back and there's a lot of stuff to do in there. If you need a snack, you can do that, and then you can keep going to another section. If you need a T-shirt, if you need a stuffed animal, there's team stuff in there as well. I mean, and then if you need to get gas, right? So you can do that as well.
There's that too. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
So an average about 2 to 3 hours.
And it's all true.
I was waiting on the Black Friday, Stampede, getting a TV in 1996 sort of deal. I will say, very cordial walking through the door. There was no rush.
Is this one of those
shout out to them.
You remember where you were moment?
I think so.
I think it is.
Probably.
Yeah. Just like 69, watching Armstrong put his foot on the moon. Everybody, it's happening. Everybody's staring, everybody doing the exact same thing at the exact same time, and watching the Buc-ee's open.
Love that Ashley and Lauren were already inside when the doors came open.
I mean, there's Armstrong and Aldrin right there.
Exactly. I mean,
pioneers.
Ashley and Lauren.
They're going to have their own statues next to Buc-ee. You know, outside every Buc-ee's, there's a Buc-ee Beaver statue that you can pose next to. There's also going to be Ashley and Lauren.
Oh, yes. Yeah. There will be portraits galore.
Heroes. Thank you for your service, Ashley and Lauren, this morning.
You know, there's some people that still have to go to school.
Right?
And
it's only 6 o'clock.
I know. Yeah, so it's going to be, whether you're standing in line at Buc-ee's today, and listen to me, if you plan on spending as part of your day at Buc-ee's and standing in line, I think it's a fantastic idea. But the mom in me wants you to go ahead and start hydrating. It's hot out there, right? And it's going to continue to be hot. Because I'm telling the kiddos, they need to hydrate as well. Now, there's lots of kiddos that are already back at school, but there's some that are starting today. And we don't want to forget about them, right? So Conway, Gurdon, Russellville, Spring Hill, I'm talking to you. You're going to have a great week. And again, just make sure you're drinking that water, listen to the teachers, be kind to each other. That's the big thing for today. And we'll get you out to Buc-ee's at another time. It'll be all right. But we are going to see those highs today right around 104. And that means things are going to stay hot out there. We are going to start to see some changes, though, today. Today, though, we still got that extreme heat warning, and that does include that Buc-ee's area. So stay safe again. That's going to be until about 8 p.m. For those in Central Arkansas, traffic's doing okay. We got a beautiful sunrise as well. If you are heading into the metro and not out to Saline County, temperature right around 83 and that humidity around 60%. But we do have a bit of a breeze, but it is unfortunately out of the southwest. So it's a bit warm out there this morning. Just to our north, though, you see that direction of that wind? Well, that's going to make its way to us just a little bit and maybe bring some cooler temperatures. We're going to talk about how long these triple digits will last coming up.
We begin this hour with a crime alert. A man is in jail after police say he broke into a Conway home and fought with a 99-year-old woman who woke up and found him inside. Police say 34-year-old Matthew Turk left the home before officers found him at the Faulkner County Library. He was treated for injuries and then arrested. Turk faces 3 felony charges, including aggravated residential burglary and second-degree sexual assault. He is being held without bond ahead of his first court appearance. In Northwest Arkansas, a 21-year-old man accused of killing another man in Sulphur Springs is now in the Benton County Jail. Hunter James Anderson was arrested in Missouri and extradited back to Arkansas, where he is facing a capital murder charge in the August 13th shooting death of 20-year-old Trenton Michael King. Jail records also show Anderson is accused of violating probation from a previous theft charge.
Time now 6:05. A new state audit is flagging nearly $900,000 in misclassified Jefferson County spending. And now county leaders are reviewing contracts and financial records from the previous administration. State auditors called the accounting problems a material weakness in the county's internal controls. The audit found 6 major issues, including contracts without competitive bidding, payments without quorum court approval, and more than $340,000 spent on solar panels that have not been installed. County leaders are now reviewing those contracts and conducting an internal audit to look for any other problems.
For it to be that amount, it is bothersome to me and to, I believe, everybody in this community. You can make a mistake, but you can't make a $900,000 mistake on 10 different things.
The findings have been referred to the Arkansas Attorney General's office, which says it cannot confirm or deny whether there is an investigation. Arkansas leaders are backing a federal bill that would expand Medicaid fraud enforcement, allowing prosecutors to go after people who knowingly receive benefits they're not eligible to have. Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin says Arkansas Medicaid Fraud Control Unit has made 130 arrests, 114 convictions, but current law focuses on providers. U.S. Senator Tom Cotton is co-sponsoring the Stop Fraud in Medicaid Act, which would add Medicaid recipients to the law's fraud provisions. Governor Sanders says the change could help protect taxpayers and strengthen Medicaid.
Fraud is not a victimless crime. It raises costs for taxpayers and consumers alike, and it hurts the people that Medicaid was ultimately set up to help, our most vulnerable Arkansans.
The push comes as the federal government has rejected Arkansas's request to extend Our Home, the state's Medicaid expansion program serving about 200,000 people. Now that school is back, that can mean a big adjustment for parents and students.
For some families, getting back into a new routine can bring on stress or anxiety. Darren Bob has some tips from a mental health expert on how to make that transition a little easier.
Usually summer has more of a relaxed feel to it. We're doing all the fun activities, swimming, hanging out with our friends, going to the pool, going on vacations.
Now that those days are over, Sage Small with the Guidance Center in Fort Smith says it's time to get back into the swing of things in class. She says one of the easiest ways to overcome some back-to-school challenges, think of the positive.
Thinking about what you're excited about for this new year, things you're looking forward to, goals you hope to accomplish, but then also, are there any areas where you might be a little anxious or have some concerns, and talking about those with somebody.
And should the need arise to handle a difficult situation like bullying, Small says students must not be afraid to tell someone.
That can be different for every person. It may be a parent, it may be a teacher, might be the school counselor, but being able to find somebody that they trust and really open up to them.
As far as parents are concerned, Small says sending children back to school can also be a difficult time for some.
Being able to pay attention to your own feelings about how you're adjusting to those changes, maybe preparing for senior year or preparing for kind of that empty nest, as we refer to it. So, being aware, not being afraid to reach out as well. School counselors have resources for mental health agencies in the area, in addition to for the children, for the parents.
Bottom line, Small says it is an exciting time for both parents and students.
There's so many different positive aspects. And if we look at the positive points of it, don't ignore the negative. We still have to address those and be open to talk about them. But look at the positive sides of it and really focus on what they can get out of it.
In Fort Smith, covering news where you live, I'm Darren Bobb, 5 News.
All right, let's get back out to Ashley now for a check of traffic and see if she survived that stampede.
Yeah, we survived, and things are looking good here as far as the traffic goes here off of I-30, exit 114 in Benton with the brand new Buc-ee's opening up. I know everyone was a little bit worried, and it's still early. The doors just opened literally minutes ago, and there are no backups in this area just yet, but as the morning progresses, I feel like we're going to see more and more people trying to pull into this exit. And of course, it's the first day of kindergarten here, so Mountain View Elementary, people are going to be trying to get the kids to school this morning, and so closer to the 8 o'clock hour, we may see a little bit, maybe a little more congested, but there's a large police presence here to make sure that the traffic runs smoothly. And so far, so good, but we'll keep checking and have another update coming up here in just a few minutes. Right now, let's talk about the weather. It's feeling a lot better now that we're inside, Tracy.
Oh, I bet so. So we've got our Buc-ee's grand opening forecast. Never did I ever think I would be talking about this, but again, we've got the grand opening there in Benton. Buc-ee's, it is going to be hot today, friends. By 10 a.m., it's going to be 90 degrees, and we're looking for that high today in the triple digits once again. So make sure if you're going to go out to Buc-ee's and have a little fun there, and you're going to have to stand in line, make sure you take maybe an umbrella to protect against some of that sun. And again, really watching you to make sure you're staying hydrated. Now, that's the same for our students as well. I'm wondering if there'll be another rush after school for people who are heading out there to maybe have a little fun as well. So it could be busy all day long, and we could be dealing with those lines for sure, but still going to see those mid to upper 90s. So make sure you're being very safe. We still have our extreme heat warning across central, eastern, and portions of the River Valley. You'll notice that things are a little different there to the north, right? Boundary came through, and it did bring in some cooler air, but didn't quite make it to us, unfortunately, or to Buc-ee's there in Benton. We're still going to see some very warm conditions today with that heat index in that magenta area, 110 plus. And there where you see that heat advisory, that's that orange, anywhere from 105 up to 110. I imagine we'll see this tomorrow as well, but we're going to start to see some things trending downward again, which is really nice, actually. Those afternoons ahead are going to start to look a little different. Today, we're looking at our high right around 104, and we're still going to see those triple digits at least through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But then we start to dip down into those 90s a little bit. We do head up a little bit and by Wednesday of next week, but right around 100 degrees. 92 again is our average, so we're at least getting a little bit closer. We're going to talk about chances for a little bit of rain as well coming up in my forecast.